Okay, so here we have more proof. I mean, do I need to keep saying it at this point? The problem wasn't Jim Knowles not blitzing in that first game against Oregon. The problem, if anything, was that he was over aggressive with his coverages mainly and his schemes in the first half, calmed it down in the second half. I said in this Oregon game, he'll continue to do the same because you can't blitz against quick game, max pass protect. And sure enough, I think there was one series in the first half where there was any blitzing, just one series, and then there were like two blitzes in the second half. And on one of them was a sack by Lathan Ransom, the safety, and the other one was a touchdown pass by Dylan Gabriel. Okay, so what did he do? What he sort of was doing in the second half of the first Oregon game, he continued to do. He was mixing the coverages. This time, a little bit of different way, which you'd expect, a little bit of a tweak in the game plan. And he was using Downs and all different, Caleb Downs, the safety, in a Tampa 2 where he'd have him in the hole. Or he was using him as a robber where he'd come down in the hole. Or he was using him as a linebacker or a nickel, like an overhang linebacker or a nickel. Okay, so he was finding ways to use Lathan Ransom. He was actually mixing it enough that there was a lot of Tampa 2 that was seeming to get to Dylan Gabriel. He just couldn't get rid of the ball right away and was getting a lot of coverage sacks. They also did two match. They did a quarters. They would do some quarters. It was just some different mixes. And one time, or a few times, he was doing an inverted two almost, where Burke, the cornerback, was playing the deep half safety, and our nickelback was playing the cornerback position, and Downs was in like the nickelback area. So I mean, he was mixing his personnel. Like I said, it was still a simple game plan, a little more complicated than the Tennessee one, but you'd have to be with Blake and Will Stein and the offensive coordinator of Oregon, and you're going to have to be even a little more complicated with Texas. But I'm going to show here the first two drives, and it's pretty quick. It's not anything. You also have great defensive line play. So and this is what we needed. I feel like if anything sort of clicked in, I mean, again, Knowles was great all year. The defense was great all year. Had one off game, maybe got beat in that first Oregon game by a really good offensive mind. But I think it's become so simplified. These guys all know what they're doing now. It's simple, yet he's able to mix a lot and mess up the offenses. And these guys know what they're doing, and the defensive line really knows what they're doing now. There's no hesitancy at all. And I'll show that in this film. They are just coming off the ball. They're flying. Everybody's flying to the ball. There was also, with the Tennessee game, like I said, there was a lot of out of the box and charging the box, converging into the box quickly. And the D-line kind of holding it up just for a second, and everybody could come downhill. In this game, you had some of that, but you also they started in the box and would bail. Or sometimes they'd show a blitz and bail out, simulated pressure, sims. So, again, great job by Knowles. Figured that he wasn't going to be blitzing much. You can't do that against Oregon, and it worked to perfection. So let me show you the first. Okay, Jim Knowles defense film study coming to you, courtesy of Zach Smith, Menace to Sports. Let me use his film here. And as you can see right off the bat, we have 5 DBs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like all the other games, basically, but like the Tennessee game. And they have 2 tight ends on the field right now. They got 2 receivers to one side, and we're not going into our 3-4 package or 4-3 with it. We're sticking with our nickel. So this is good stuff. And then we're going to have to trust this D-line to be strong. It's the basis for the schemes, really, and the strategies and the game plans that Knowles has been doing, and it's going to have to be again. So they actually have an unbalanced line. They have all their linemen to one side here, and so that's why they go ahead and run a power play here, a power zone play, okay, stretch play. But it's an unbalanced line. You have 2 tackles over here, a guard in the center. That's a power play, even though it's zone play. A lot of people think gap is the only power runs. I mean, zone can be power too. Don't tell Mike Shanahan zone's not a power play. But anyways, and we just shut it down. And this is so cool. And Zach does a great job here of showing how, right here, he's going to show you again. We're going to pop back. Watch this. See, that's the tight end. It's an unbalanced line. There's 2 defensive tackles, a tight end, tight end, 2 offensive tackles, and a guard. See, now this is before see? Ty Williams with a DT over here. They're like, get over here. They're shifting the whole line because of the unbalanced line. So they're getting lined up right. Usually Lanning's teams are great at this, but as you see in my Chip Kelly video, they were all screwed up, which isn't usual. But Chip Kelly had them fooled and their preparation was terrible, as Lanning said. But anyway, so our preparation's great. So Hamilton becomes sort of the nose guy here, and then Ty Williams moves over, and now we've got enough guys to the power side with all the linemen. Look at this. And everybody's trying to fit their gap. And look at Ty Williams, and you're going to see this. And the D-line needed to be like this to do the schemes that Jim Knowles is doing. They needed to be strong, and they are strong. It's one of the best D-lines in the country. Look at Ty Williams, one of the best DTs in the country, take on 2 blockers so none of them can come off and block another great player, Cody Simon. And look at this guy's trying to get Styles. So he's got Styles, but no one's able to come off and get Simon. And so this stretch play is done. Okay? You see the tackle by Simon. Okay, now besides all that detail, which again, I won't go so much into that detail. I'm more about the overall concepts. Again, go to Zach Smith for all that detail. But I did want to point that out. And I also wanted to point out how our run eyes were very well prepared. We're bringing the safety down here. We're going into a one-man, really, off-man. This might even be a three match. Because this guy might be cover 3 right here. I think that's a 3 match, actually. But either way, down we go. We got an extra hat in the box. We got aligned right, and they do a power, and it doesn't do crap against us. So this is amazing. Okay, it's a great start. Then we come out again. Again, we stick with 5 DBs, even if they have 2 tight ends. Now they move their receivers to the other side. Okay, and now look, this is the classic Tampa. That's Caleb Downs in the hole. They call that the hole. Okay, if he came from back here, it's like a robber, they call it. He's actually set up in the hole right now. If he came from up here, it's like Tampa. But we'll just call it Tampa 2, whatever. It's cover 2 with the guy in the hole. Okay? And then these guys are matched up here. They're matching up. They're passing off. There's different assignment rules for the matches. But in this way, they're going to pass it off. But look at Cody Simon get out there. And this is what I mean by... This is how you defend quick game. Do we see a blitz here? Absolutely not. Do we see a strong 4-man rush? Yes. Do we see guys spread across? Yes. We are going to make sure to get that quick game, and we did that the first game against them. But we were so hung up on that. We were really leaving like one safety back and sometimes a cover 0 and all kinds of man-to-man. It was just way too aggressive. This is more balanced. And because of these guys know exactly what they're doing now. They know not just their assignments, but the concept behind it. This line must be strong, very strong to run these kind of schemes, and they know that, and they are. It's like an NFL line, like Robert Saleh in the NFL. I know he was head coach of the Jets, but besides that, that's a whole Jets problem. But he's a really good defensive coordinator, and he loves a strong 4-man line. That's what he loves. Urban Meyer was like that too. Okay, so they get a little hitch there. Doesn't do much. He bobbles the pass. Simon's out there. We're running to the ball like crazy. Everyone knows their assignment. Let's get to the next one. And here we go. And this is what Zach's pointing out. This is really cool. You got Burke back here as a safety. No more getting burned on those crazy coverages they had him going against. And some of it was his fault on the technique. But some of it was just crazy coverages that he was trying to deal with. Especially when you blitz 2, drop all the linemen, and do a cover 0 behind it. Cover 0 with a 2-man rush? That was insane. And you can't blame Burke. But no, this is smart. This is sound. 2 safeties, but one of them's a cornerback. Hancock, the nickel, comes out wide. Downs plays a nickel now. We got a little mix here, and I tell you what, I don't think Oregon was ready for this. And again, look at the rush. That little stunt going on, some games up front, up here. Okay? Really pressuring Gabriel. Now, this guy's open. That's Tez Johnson. He does a little whip route right here. Right there. Boom. He's open. Caleb Downs was over-aggressive on his match. This is a 2-match. A 2-match. Okay, these guys are going to race to match up. This is what they're doing. Look at number 2 here. He's going to match up, but he's way too aggressive. Gets burned on the whip, and that guy's open. But Downs can't see because he's a little guy. You're going to stick him in the pocket? I would have said, if I was Stein, if there was a fault I see early on, it's maybe not enough power, this is power spread. This is more like spread. It's spread, quick game stuff. I would have liked more option, more read options, stuff like the run, RPOs.
They should have gone more with that. But I think they were nervous about how great we were playing on defense, and those things can blow up in your face. This is more safe, but safe screws you too. You know, you want to be aggressive, not too aggressive. You want to be sound, but you don't want to be too conservative. It's tricky business. So here's the stunt. Sawyer's just smashing people here. And little Gabriel can't see the open guy that's sitting right over here right now. Can't see him. So he whips it out, and we make the big tackle. Look at Downs coming down. Look at Simon again. Boom, we stop him. Okay, let's move to the next series. That's the end of the first series. They have to punt. Okay, next series. Now they're not playing around. Okay, we did a little conservative. Now look, trips over here, spreading it out, looks air raidish. And by the way, air raid means you look for grass. That's not 100% the pattern. It's not a timing routes like the West Coast offense. And Stein mixes in both, but it's really a lot of air raid. Okay. So this is a little bubble to the running back. Okay. We're on it. Again, guys are in the box here, but then bailing. We did it. You can do it two ways. The guys are out of the box and crashing it, or in it and bailing. Now we're spreading it out here, but we're staying in the box in case of run. Okay. But we don't want to leave everybody one-on-one like we did last game. That's too aggressive. So look. They kind of are. This is like a one match, I think. We'll cover one match. But anyways, but look at this hit by Downs coming down here. Boosh. So it's all about these guys, Ohio State knowing their assignments, not the most aggressive defense, but solid, strong, and mixing a lot of the coverages and racing to the ball. Because now we're just doing a one. I don't think this is a three. I think this is more cover one. It might be a three, actually, now that I look at Burke. Up here, here's Burke. I think that's a three, actually, with a little press on the other side by Egg. We were definitely getting some press going on. You got to do a little press with the quick game stuff, and that's what I said. We're doing a little already. You can see there's a little more press than what we had versus Tennessee, which you don't really want to do that versus Tennessee. Okay, and then yeah, Downs just crushes them. Okay. So we move on. So now Oregon puts 3 wide trips to the other side with 2 tight ends still, yet we stay in our nickel. And again, same thing. We get all our guys out here, but now that last one was a cover 3. And again, we're not going to fall for this. Like Oregon's like testing us and seeing that we're coming up hard on the screens, coming up hard on the quick game, coming in hard on the runs, but we're really loading stuff up in the box, not loading the box, but getting guys in the box, getting guys up looking like they're going to press or do man-to-man, and we're really bailing out of this. This, again, it's not man-to-man. Watch. So there's Iggy. He's the cornerback. He just slides right away, because he's over here. He's not going to be manned up on a tight end if it's pure man-to-man. You have your 2 linebackers, but they're watching. This guy's almost overhanging, but he's watching. They're watching for that run. Look at him. He's watching. Is that Caleb? I think that's Caleb. But anyway, and look we're dropping into the cover. I think it says a 3. Yeah, it's a 3 match. So this guy, I think that's Cody Simon, he's going to take someone going down the seam too, by the way. So this is like a 3 match, and they do a switch here, and he's able to grab this guy, and our other guy can grab him. See? Yeah, so that's Hancock, and there's Downs, there's Cody. Okay. Downs keeps his zone area there. Hancock's dropping back off based on his assignment because match coverage is morphed to the pattern. These guys would be all up here if the patterns were all short. They morph. So match is a great way to do all this, but you have to start off in that zone match. There's man match and zone match. Man match is very aggressive. We've done that too. This is more zone match. So again, let's get it simple. Jim Knowles is playing more zone. Let's just put it that way. It's a zone match, but it's more zone. So it still has the ability to grab the short passes, but it's watching out for the deep stuff, and it also can come in hard and crash on the run. You knew he was going to come out with this kind of stuff. And again, you can't play around with blitzes. Just go 4-man, okay? And that's it. Or 3-man. He was doing 3-man rush and having a spy too. But anyways, as you see, Simon's doing his assignment, running deep. He's going to take the switch. Hancock takes the other guy. We've got guy deep back here. And by the way, if they ran deep down here too, we have another guy that would have been deep. It's okay. We got a safety back there. So again, we're not going to get sucked into all that man stuff and crazy coverage stuff we were trying to play the first time. So, and as I said before, we're going to be less aggressive. I mean, we were less aggressive in the second half of the first game, but even maybe a little less. But doesn't mean you're not mixing stuff up and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, less aggressive maybe on pressures, but more aggressive with coverages. Okay. So again, and this line is playing angry, and they know what they're doing. They have no hesitation, and they're tough. They're talented. There's JTT busting through. Okay, through a good left tackle, by the way, Connerly. He's just killing them. Yeah, look at JTT dancing around back there. Look at that. Because he knows he's going up against an old conference guy at least, maybe all American even old conference, just whipping on him. That's incredible. There's Simon with his speed racing back. So you can't say enough too about the players, just how great they played too. I mean Knowles. I mean the Bryles offense of Josh Heupel's very tough. Will Stein's an excellent coordinator. Yes, he was a little off in the first series, but this series he's spreading it out, trying to get something going, looking for a deep shot here. Can't get anything going. Gets his balls blocked here. He gets smacked by JTT there. I mean, but these are good offenses. In Texas and Sarkisian, I'm hearing talk like Sarkisian's not this and not that. I don't know. Sarkisian's an excellent offensive mind. Again, Knowles can go up against these guys with his own mind, but he also has this talent that's making it so devastating. Okay, so we finally go to the last play of this second series, 3rd and 8. And again, spread out again. Though this is kind of like they've been doing this over and over now. Now they have 3 receivers. Now they do have 3 receivers. Again, not real great game plan to start. Little like, just feels cocky to me. I don't know what else to say. Like we did it before, we'll do it again. But anyway, here they go, 5 wide all the way. And not like the NFL 5 wide. These guys are really spread. This is like air raid. Now what do? 3D linemen, a spy, Cody Simon, and now I think we're either showing press and going to bail out of it, or we're really going to do press. And we really do press this time with a robber. And Kalen Downs, a robber in the hole. See? Press across the board. We haven't shown this the first 5 plays. Gabriel's like, what the heck? And he has nowhere to go. And even only with a 3-man rush, look at the pressure. So, again, you guys were all yelling blitz. The media is all saying blitz crazy stuff during the year. Oh, Knowles started blitzing after that Oregon game. He finally figured it out. Yeah, Knowles figured it out. Right, whatever. Well, there's no blitz going on here, guys. It's a 3-man rush with a spy. Pure press coverage. And I wouldn't want to do this too much, but you got to mix it in on this quick game stuff. And they're totally trying to go quick game here. And ain't happening. Love it. From this angle, can see it even better. Who is that? That must be Hancock. I think it's Hancock. Yeah, 7, Hancock. We've got the talent. I mean, you've got the talent too. So, good stuff.
So what did I tell you guys? There's no blitzing, okay? But what we did have was a whole lot of stuff going on. We had our 5 DBs, even with a 2 tight end package, okay? We were really coming up on the power game and the short stuff. Even when they went unbalanced to start, which was a kind of a cool idea by Stein, we were right on it with our shift and our D-line. Our D-line's playing ferocious. Caleb Downs is down in the hole, no pun intended, but he's like either robbing or doing the Tampa 2 stuff. I don't know that they expected that so much, but then we also mixed in a couple cover 3s. We mixed in a 2 couple 2 matches. This is all in the first 2 series. And one of the 2 matches had Denzel Burke back as a safety. I mean, really. So, when fans are media, and I don't blame fans. Fans aren't getting paid for this, okay? Media's getting paid for this. And they're sitting there not even seeing all this stuff, and all they see is, are they blitzing or are they not blitzing? They see more than that, but it's so annoying. But yeah, no, Knowles was really mixing up coverages, mixing up the way he was using his personnel, yet keeping that same personnel, 5 DB. He kept the same personnel on the field for the first 2 series, and he kept it simple. It's simple, but has a lot of variety, and that's what I thought. And then he showed a press coverage on the last play. So there you go. There's your press. Now I can't do that too much. He'll do a surprise blitz here and there during the game too, and you can mix it like that. But that's it. So a little more mixing than he did against Tennessee because he had to, but not too much because you don't want to get carried away like we did the first half of the Oregon game the first time, where it was over aggressive, not under. Now it was the right balance, and it was just the thing of beauty, and the players are playing out of their mind. I mean, really. I guess say these names: JTT, Sawyer, Ty Williams, Hamilton up on the defensive line, and then all the backups: Curry coming in, and oh geez, Jackson. Oh, I forget the guy's name. I'm gonna believe this. Can you add a Jackson? Yeah, I know those guys. McDonald. The guys come in, and then Cody Simon and Sonny Styles at linebacker, and and the DBs, Hancock, but he's a nickel, but he can play safety, he can play outside cornerback. Denzel Burke's playing both safety and cornerback. Downs is Robin and linebacker and nickel and everything. And then Ransom's been just great at safety, and Iggy. And then we bring in Jermaine Matthews, as he's going to be incredible, and he's really good. And even have another safety, but he hasn't get as much time, but he'll be good. It's fantastic stuff.